Cardano breaks all-time high and right now is in price discovery. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. Are you serious with me right now? Cardano, above $2.70. You have to realize I've been covering Cardano for over a year, since last summer, right around 10 cents. And we've just followed the journey of ADA through so many different things, ups and downs, but mainly up on the macro if you look at these charts. And it's been very cool to watch Cardano grow, not only in price, but in community, technology, innovation, and everything that comes along with it. An entirely huge ecosystem right now happening on Cardano. So everybody, welcome to the live stream. Hit that like button on the way in. It means a lot to me. Really appreciate it. Let's jump into the video. I just want to start here. I mean, this is the fun part for me, tracking it, tweeting about it, doing live videos about it, because we really are. We're all in this kind of. We're invested into this cryptocurrency, and tracking it with all of you is extremely fun. So follow me on Twitter if you're not on Twitter. But let's break down what's going on right now. We're going to look at the charts, trust me. But I got this tweet, or I got this, this is a tweet, but this was a text from a friend. And I tweeted, I said, Cardano's getting listed in Japan in a few days. Just got this text from a friend. He reminded me because I'm always forgetting on everything that's going on in the Cardano ecosystem. And he just sent me a text and he's like, it's just, you know, a nice little chart. And he said, do you realize in 3 days, 126.3 million people are going to be exposed to Cardano and have the ability to buy ADA that can't right now, that can't buy it right now. And this is happening, everybody, on the 25th. And then he said, looks like ADA is starting to warm up a little, huh? And this was what, like an hour ago. And you might be aware on what's going on right now. Japan Bitcoin Exchange going to list ADA the 25th of August. That's in a few days. You know, we're all watching. We're all watching what's going on with ADA. You know, hard fork testnet September 1st, September 12th, mainnet. We're talking about Alonzo hard fork. Kidding me? September. We know all that's happening, but we forget the details. The things kind of in the middle of everything else. This is one detail, Bitpoint, and it is extremely bullish for Cardano that is taking place. And you know, we're going to continue tracking all of these things, but let's go down the row here. I have a bunch of tabs, and this is what it looks like. I talked about it, I think, in the last video that I did, but it's just such a nice glimpse of Cardano blockchain and what's happening right now. These are all different companies. These are all different sectors of blockchain, from insurance to oracles to payments to NFTs. And I'm getting very excited about the NFT space, especially on Cardano. I've been tweeting a lot about that, but so many different companies, the race for the DEX, you know, and I'm sure there's going to be multiple great DEXs, but the race is on, everybody. And then here we are, we end up here, coin market cap number 3, Cardano, right around 4, just to give you, because I've been tracking this race and a lot of us have, and hit that like button if you're just getting in here. I appreciate each and every one of you in this live stream. But the race is on. Ethereum, Cardano 4.4 times behind Ethereum. And it's just over the last year has been catching up in a ridiculous speed. And so we're going to keep tracking that. But right now, Cardano sitting at number 3, $86 billion market cap. Let's jump into the charts, everybody. And I want to start with this. I mean, this clip, I can't get enough of it. And I don't care. All the haters that don't like that I play clips, just check this out. Check this out. Where Cardano really is entering this leading up to smart contracts phase that we've talked about for months and months and months on this YouTube channel. We know the story going into Shelly. We know the story going into Mary hard fork. We now know, and we are getting ready for the story going into Alonzo hard fork and smart contracts, the biggest of them all. And the thing is, even with that bullishness, right, there is a silver lining. Do you see this, everybody? $1.26, July 13th. Like, this was just over a month ago, July 26th. It's that stinking green box that we've tracked. How fun has it been tracking to watch this? We've seen the hard forks. we've used the hard fork data alone with these green boxes, and they end 60. They're 63 days long. That where the green box ends there, and you can see it right here. At the Mary hard fork, it ends at the hard fork. So this is Cardano, and I don't know if we had the exact date yet of Cardano, the hard fork for Alonzo. But if we go to the chart now, this is what the box looks like, and it's charted properly. And actually, it should be charted right here. I always have it. It's always like a week off. Come on. So let's move this over. 70 days. Let's move this in. And there we go. So now we're charted properly. This is Cardano. This is the story that I was just somebody that does technical analysis, really excited to see how it played out. And this is what we're looking at right now. When I did that video a little over a month ago, $1.26. Now we're over 2 times, and we're at $2.72. And so I think it's even if Cardano tops out right now, it's safe to say that this data and the hard fork data, and I'm talking about the Shelly hard fork data, Cardano, and there's other technicals. Here's a 20-week moving average. It was Cardano separating from that 20-week moving average in the process. Here's Cardano separating from the 20-week moving average at green line in the process of going into Mary hard fork. And then here's Cardano separating from the 20-week moving average going into Alonzo. Smart contracts on the way. And I said it in that clip. This is the biggest of them all. And it truly is. And it's actually incredible to be a part of the ecosystem and the community and to build companies on top of Cardano now, because it's happening. And it's very fun. So this is the weekly chart, very important because this is a huge data point we've just talked about for months and months going into this green rectangle. But what's really exciting about this chart, I would say, is the fact that when we're looking at this and we can use this data now, we can go back and we can use this entire data set, and we have the Mary hard fork. But if you notice, Cardano, when it topped out there and started consolidating on the RSI, was way overbought. And I mentioned this, I think, briefly in the last video. Way overbought on the RSI. It was hanging out already on the stock RSI, the quicker moving momentum oscillator, for months, right? During this entire move. And this time around, Cardano is actually just on its way up on the stock RSI. It's barely even in overbought. It's tough to call this overbought area in a bull market. So I'm saying this because there's so much room for upside for Cardano on the macro charts. And, on the short term, don't know what's going to happen, right? We track it. We do these short-term technical analysis videos all the time. This video is probably more leaning towards a macro because we're in price discovery mode. But we have to continue tracking these momentum oscillators as Cardano just keeps hitting these milestones. And this is what it looks like. So, and we can visit back here too. I should take this into context, which is this is the Shelly hard fork, and Cardano overbought in that area. But again, for months was overbought on the stock RSI leading into that time. We're not even there yet. We're not even overbought on the stock RSI. We just got, if you can see at the bottom of the screen, this MACD cross, the blue line crossing that signal line, histogram going green. And I'm not trying to just be 100%, 110% bullish on Cardano. It's hitting all-time high. We're all hype about that. But I am just trying to lay out the facts in that there is a lot of room for upside. But doesn't mean it's definite. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Be very careful out there. I take profits, everybody. I do. I take profits along the way. I'm not saying I'm selling huge amounts of my portfolio, but I encourage you to sit back. Maybe not right now while I'm doing the video, but after I'm done doing the video, gather the data, look at the long-term trend, look at your long-term goals, your short-term goals, and figure out your plan. It's not wrong to take some gains. It's really not. It's part of my plan, short-term, mid-term, long-term. Come up with it. I'm not one of those crypto people that's just like, I'm just never taking gains. A huge part of my plan is moving it into things like real estate. I don't think you should really sell into USD and just leave money in the bank. That's not a very wise thing in my opinion, but figure it out. We all have different lives. We all have different goals, but taking gains, taking profits is always something I encourage to do. So Going in now on the daily chart, let's just start talking about kind of where we are, the price, what's going on, and this is what it looks like. Daily chart, it's like, where's the consolidation? I mean, we had some consolidation August 14th to the 17th, a few days. We cooled off, which was good. You can see it on the RSI, cooling off a little bit. Last video, we charted this line, and we're looking for like, all right, we're going to get kind of this bearish divergence on the RSI, even as we go up. And what's that going to look like? Because we are entering an environment in Cardano where it very well could top out soon and we can get a larger correction, or at the very least, some very boring sideways trading. We had a very similar thing happen all the way back here in February. If you look at this RSI here in February, a swing high, Cardano is pumping, very similar to how it is right now. And then it consolidated, and then it kind of continued to put a higher high, but putting in a lower high on the RSI. So a lower high here on the RSI, higher high on price. Check it out. We're getting a higher high on price right now, but we're getting a lower high on the RSI. Oftentimes, it's very much categorized as bearish divergence, but it does not always mean that price is just going to tank. And you can see illustrated perfectly, price didn't tank back here, but it very much consolidated sideways and took us on a little bit of a roller coaster, right? Waking up to like $1.50, all the way back down to 97 cents, back up, back down. And, it was sideways in a pretty large range, a pretty volatile range. It doesn't look that, it kind of looks sideways, but pretty volatile, but sideways in this larger range. So again, something similar could kind of come to play for Cardano. But putting aside historically what has happened and kind of where we are, even putting aside what we see here on the RSI, if we just open up the chart and we look at this as Cardano's trading around $2.72, this is what I'm looking at. A couple things, two main things on the daily. That is target in the $2.90 to $3 area. That's the breakout target of this triangle that we had, the descending triangle that we were tracking. And Cardano didn't even revisit, as often is the case for these triangles. Cardano just, continued up. And this is right where the breakout was. And this green line, this yellow line, let me get rid of that because it's throwing everything off. So this is what the triangle looks like. Cardano broke out right around, July 30th, end of July, $2.90 to $3 target up here. We're very close. And the $3 range is just a huge talking point in Cardano right now. So where we are right now, just to give you an idea, we're like 8 to 10% away from hitting that descending triangle target. And we're around 10%, 11% from $3. So we're like 10% away from two really critical areas of resistance. And then beyond that, if Cardano is going to continue in price discovery, we have this $350 area, and that is a really key area on the macro charts because it's an area we've been talking about a lot. It's an indicator we've been talking about a lot. It's this last all-time high, because it's not called all-time high anymore, because right now we're kind of in the all-time high price discovery phase, but it's that swing high to swing low. And Cardano, you can see, struggling here with that Fibonacci resistance. We were tracking a huge area that we were watching going into it. We struggled there at the 786 for a second, came back down to the 618. Look how perfect that looks. Broke back up, which was awesome to see that move. Now we have this next higher high area in the $3.50 range. It's the 1618 that we have here in the same exact Fibonacci that we use for this macro resistance. This is what we called kind of the bull market continuation, that second phase confirmation of this bull market, meaning Bitcoin likely going to enter its second phase of the bull market, Cardano going to do the same. And this is a really important technical indicator for Cardano in the process of doing that. So Cardano right now broke that area, and we're kind of just tracking up. Question is, will Cardano even get to 350? That's that next very key area of resistance after the $3, or I should say $2.90 to $3 target area that we have that we just talked about. Remember, the descending triangle target around $1.90, or I'm sorry, $2.90 to $3, the $3 mental barrier, and then up to 350. That's that next resistance. So that's what I'm watching on the daily chart. There's so much just useful data when it comes to the daily, including these RSIs and what's going on there with the momentum of Cardano. But if we look at this now, are we going to see, and we've been doing this, tracking this, these higher lows. So right now on the daily, that last swing low before we broke that Fibonacci resistance to, let's say right now, as I started this live stream, that was it. Cardano topped out, which unfortunately often is the case. Let's just say it topped out. We have a support area, and let me get rid of that. We have a support area, a higher low area we'd be watching on this daily chart. It is $2.20 down to $2, $2.40. Notice the 20-day moving average tracking right up into that area. Throwbacks to the 20-day moving average and even the 50-day moving average are so commonplace that we always anticipate those things. At the very least, consolidation into it. So Cardano could very well see that dip. Be prepared for it. Going over to the 6-hour chart, this is what the 6-hour looks like. And this simply is price discovery for Cardano as it just broke all-time high. And it's exciting to watch this. It's exciting to watch Cardano. I don't even really attempt doing, and I've done videos like this before, but I don't really even attempt doing structured type of technical analysis on these short-term charts when we're getting a move like this. On the longer term, these daily charts, we can talk about some key areas, which we just did. This 1618 all the way up here, $3.50 range. The target that we have right here, 290 to 3. We can talk about those because they're targets that take a little bit more patience. But on the short term, I don't even really attempt to try and find structure. I just let Cardano do its thing. And then we're going to see. We're just going to have to wait and see. And that's the fun of it, actually, for me on these short-term charts, opening up the chart at any given time and being like, dang, it just did it again. It broke all-time high, right? Or, oh, shoot, we're in that consolidation. So I'm going to be tracking that. It'll form structure, and we'll start seeing more structure on these charts. But in these environments, we have to allow Cardano to do its thing. And right now it is doing its thing. And the wild card in all of this is the fact that while all of this is happening, it's not like in this environment where, hey, listen, Link is just pumping, or whatever's just pumping because it pumps. There's other stuff going on. Like Cardano is pumping, but smart contracts are weeks away. September 12th is literally almost here. Japan getting listed in a few days. That's a big deal. A Japan listing for the first time for Cardano, very big deal. And just so much happening in the Cardano ecosystem along with just this price pump. So often in crypto over the years, we always just see it's just pumping. Whatever crypto is just pumping. Cardano's done it before with nothing really going on, but Cardano has a lot going on. Lastly, I want to take a look at this ADA BTC chart, everybody, because it's really cool looking. So, and if you've been watching my technical analysis, we've been tracking this. It's Cardano forming this structure that at least I see on the screen. I have seen on the screen. We remember tracking the breakout to the downside. Cardano was getting oversold in this environment. It tracked back up, a pullback to the lower trend line, failed. That was very bearish looking, and then it came back down. Do you all remember? I mean, this just happened. I mean, this is the beginning of August, like a couple weeks ago. But do you all remember? We're like, I remember tracking it and being like, all right, we got this swing low, we got this swing high of resistance at the lower trend line. That's usually very bearish. Our last resort, the last resort for ADA was this higher low Fibonacci support. And just look at it, right off the 786, it just bounced and Cardano went to space. Cardano went to space on the ADA BTC pair. And price range wise, it's kind of fun to track this. I haven't really measured. After that Fibonacci bounce on the short term 6-hour, Cardano has seen 74% gains versus Bitcoin. That's pretty sick. And you all know I like Bitcoin. I'm not like a Bitcoin hater at all. But I often get comments. Why do you even do technical analysis on Cardano? Why do you tweet about Cardano price? It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is Bitcoin. Everything moves with Bitcoin. That's fine, right? Like if you want to just look at it just very zoomed out and be like, hey, when Bitcoin goes up, Cardano goes up. If you want to have kind of that very simple mind, yeah, I guess you could say that. Cryptos do track, right? They really do track. But when you kind of intermingle the actual essence of what's happening, they're both going up, but Cardano is going up more, like by a lot, like by a life-changing amount. If you're not paying attention to it, you're missing out type of amount. Do you know what I'm saying? And like that's the thing. That's why I track ADA on the USD and we track it on the BTC. Cardano in the last year, over a year now, has outperformed like every crypto. I know there's some exceptions out there, everybody, but Cardano has outperformed like almost all crypto. It's just leading the pack. It has been. And it's not an opinion, it's just a fact. And so it's fine to say cryptos move together, but don't you want to be in the crypto that's kind of moving the best? And I think if you're an ADA holder, you have been. And I'm not saying that to be like, hey, get out of your crypto, get into Cardano. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just trying to present the data as it is on the screen, and that's what we're looking at. So now here we are, and we have to let Cardano do its price discovery thing. There's a lot going on, and there's no telling what's going to happen. And a huge part of it is Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin does, testing that $50,000 area. If Bitcoin can break that area, and cryptos in general, as we always say, continue in this bull market, it's going to be a big deal for Cardano going into September, going into even testnet, hard fork testnet, mainnet, September 12th. Plutus being completed. How's everybody doing out there anyway? How is everybody doing? Yep. This is how it works, Toby. Toby says, wow, I wondered why there was a tiny pullback from price discovery, and now I know. It's because CCV went live. It's so true. I feel like every time I go live, price just stalls out a little bit. I should sit here until we break 275. Hit that like button. Hit that like button if I should just sit here until we break 275. Even if I'm just sitting here doing nothing, that would be very boring. Great job on your channel. The best one out there. Thanks. Thanks, David. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm just having fun with you all. Like, I'm literally just watching the charts with all of you. I mean, we're kind of in this together. I'm not doing anything special. We're just hanging out. It's been extremely fun. I'm grateful that I'm able to do this and have this fun. Because you all know it's fun watching the charts, right? But imagine like doing videos and just like talking with everybody and seeing everybody's reaction. It's so much fun for me. So Gabriel says Cardano $5 next week. I don't know about that, Gabriel. I don't know about that. This is insane. Every time we're hitting new all-time highs, it's kind of my thought. It's kind of my thought. I pull out my phone. Japan will load up. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Japan will load up. Dude, the 25th, 3 days away. Japan, don't forget it. And don't forget, like, don't forget all the money that's on the sidelines until smart contracts. Just being like, we can't go all in right now because what if it doesn't get released? What if all the haters are right and the timeline's not hit and I don't know, Cardano breaks? What if Cardano's a ghost chain, right? People still believe that. People are still fearful of that. And so I bet you there's so much big money, institutional money that just hasn't even come into Cardano yet. It's ridiculous. It's just getting started. In your opinion, is it going to be another dip entry point? When we get in these environments, right? So if we go to a daily chart, I mean, just look at the daily, look the upper momentum when you just look at these candles, and we have just Cardano is too much going on in the ecosystem to even for me to even give an opinion. But the biggest thing I'm watching when it comes to trying to decipher if there's going to be a pullback is definitely the momentum oscillator. I charted this the other day. I'm kind of looking for a lower high here, but like even like very briefly on this daily chart, you can see it was stalling. And then if we're starting to break up again, I don't know. I mean, we might hit $3 before there's a pullback. So be very cautious. You look at the stock RSI, we cooled off. We're not overbought. There's a lot of room on this quicker momentum oscillator. There's a lot of room for Cardano to continue to the upside. There really is. And actually, even on the RSI, put in, if it does continue, a higher high along with higher high price. So I'm just tracking it. With everything happening with Japan, with September approaching, it's really hard for me. Usually you all know me. I'm kind of like, yeah, be very ready for a dip. I really have. I've been like that a lot lately. I think even with this dip, I was talking about it pretty strongly. I thought we were going to come back down a little bit more, and it just didn't. Cardano didn't even revisit to the 20-day moving average. And so I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, everybody, we're going to get that dip. We're going to get that higher low dip. Often is the case that we do, and you can see what it looks like kind of right in this range. We just talked about it. Down in that $2 to $2.20 range, there's a higher low support. But right now, everybody got to be careful. We got to be careful. And I think there's a lot of holders, from what I'm seeing, it just seems like there's a lot of ADA holders just riding the gains. And there hasn't been much of a dip to buy ever since the end of July. 1 month. 1 month ago was the dip to buy, $1 around a month ago. It's insane to think about that. So I don't know if that answered your question, but here we go. Hado, your ADA dip is coming. Dip, please, so we can load up even more. Y'all, everybody that begs for dips, you crack me up. Did BitBoy predict $150? I didn't see a BitBoy video today. But this is like the 10th comment that I've seen. There's no way. Did he really? Ben, we need to chat, dude. We need to chat. There's no way. There's no way. Ben, if you predicted 150 by the end of this year, we need to chat. No dip. So everybody, it's just 273. So I mean, look at this. Cardano's not dipping during the live stream. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Usually it is. It really usually is. Let's go over here to look at this. Hit the like right now, everybody, and let me pound. Give me the pound. Because we basically are putting in a new all-time high, right? During a live stream. This is, somebody NFT this. Somebody NFT this. We're putting in an all-time high. Oh, okay. Oh, so it was a misquote. I see. Look at this, guys. I should end the stream now because we put in an all-time high. Let me know in the comments because I'm really curious as I have all of you here. And by the way, we have almost 4,000 people here. So epic as we're breaking all-time highs in Cardano. I mean, it's so cool. It's too cool. And if you missed the beginning of the live stream, I really think this is something to highlight. This is something my buddy just reminded me of right before I started. And this is from like 4 days ago, by the way, from Nina. We already knew Japan Bitcoin is going to list ADA, but there was no date yet until now. So many of you probably aware, 25th of August. So just don't forget it. Don't forget the little details that are going on with Cardano right now. Everybody, so while I have you all here, are you all like, what's the deal? Because lately I've been kind of just, my head has been in NFT outer space, especially as it relates to Cardano. I'm extremely excited about the ecosystem that is growing. And we just looked at it. I mean, we just looked at it on the Cardano ecosystem by Coin98 Analytics. You follow them on Twitter. But there's a huge, look at that, NFT. And this doesn't even have everything. It just doesn't. But we know the Ethereum NFT ecosystem is just massive. And people are still trying to wrap their heads around it. But I feel like I've really been wrapping my head around it. And I've been really kind of just talking about different projects, and I'm really getting into the NFT stuff. So, Coco Loco, I don't know. I'm actually wearing a palm tree shirt right now. I love palm trees. Me and my wife both love palm trees. This project, legit. I put a link in the description to go follow them. They're launching soon. Very excited about that one. And Cardano Combat, I've been tweeting about them. Go follow them. They literally just sold out in 2 days. It's ridiculous. There's too much going on, everybody. The projects outside of even NFT projects, there's too much going on. I can't even keep up with it. But very exciting stuff as we just broke all-time high. And as we go look at the ADA BTC pair, mind you, to the upside from where Cardano is on the ADA BTC pair, we have a target still 19-20% away. Could Cardano hit its target? And that's not the target. So every time I do this chart, I mean, almost like 15-20% away. But could this be the move that Cardano gets on the ADA BTC pair while simultaneously, if I go back to the daily chart, simultaneously getting this move on the USD pair that we just talked about, which is to the 350, the $3.50 range. And it would actually, it seems to jive like perfectly. A 29% gain for Cardano on the USD pair could very, very well equal a 15-20% gain on the Bitcoin pair. Meaning Cardano could put in 30% gains or whatever. Bitcoin could be on the USD pair putting in like 15% gains. Cardano outperforming as it usually does. That could be a case for that. And we have that 350 target to the upside. That's the 1618. If you missed it earlier in the video, that's the 1618 area. So the swing high to swing low. 1618 higher high area. Huge resistance there. I mean, we're already in price discovery. If Cardano, even especially in the short term, starts making its way up to that area, I don't know. It's going to be something to really, really watch. It's going to be a historic moment hitting that $3. I mean, $2 was historic, right? $2 was historic when that happened. That was, when was that? May, right? May. $3. I texted my buddy, my friend that actually sent me this tweet about Japan. He was like, you know, do you realize how many people are going to be exposed to Cardano? And then he asked me after this tweet, it's not on the screen, but he asked me when's $3. And I just said, what did I say? I told him $3 by Thursday. Messing around. That's not kind of stuff I tell you guys, but I'm always giving predictions. Me and him are always giving each other predictions. That was my prediction to him. I figured I'd share it with you. So, but really, from a technical perspective, $2.90 to $3 is the target on the short term, midterm, I should say. Breakout out of this trend line all the way back here. That's the descending triangle. So we do have a realistic target in the $2.90 to $3 area. And then just that second target to the upside, if Cardano truly goes parabolic out of nowhere, 350. Please be ready for pullbacks, everybody. We charted it. This is what it looks like. I have to throw it out there. It's the other side of the equation. There's always two possibilities in this world of crypto and in this world of Cardano price, and that is this. Swing low to swing high, wherever resistance comes into fruition, right? Let's just say it's right where Cardano is right now. We have a throwback area to 220 at this 618 to the 786 around 206. That area, just be prepared for it. If Cardano needs to cool down, and remember, we're keeping an eye on this RSI, we could get a lower high here, and Cardano can make that move of consolidation to the downside, even before continuing to a breakout. Just be ready for it, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's very easy to get a little too excited in this space when prices are going up. And trust me, I've been there before. It's just cruising. The community's going crazy. Crypto's going crazy. All altcoins are going crazy. Bitcoin's going crazy. And you're just kind of like, this is it. It's never going to stop. Like Bitcoin's going to 100. Bitcoin's going to $1 million. Cardano's going to $10, right? You get this thought, this feeling like this is not going to stop because I don't know why, but it's feelings. Feelings lie. There's always dips, there's always pullbacks. There will be more 30, 40, 50% dips, 60% dips for Cardano. Be very ready for that. Be very mindful of it. And as much fun it is to talk bullish and to be hype and excited, which pretty much this whole video has been bullish, be even more aware of the downside. Be even more aware as we're all in. I'm doing a video right now, and nobody can sit here in the comments and say to me that they're down because they bought Cardano or something. Because everybody, like, literally, unless you bought it at 273 and it's 272 now and you sold, you're in the green on Cardano. It is what it is. But be prepared for downside is all I'm saying. So those are my thoughts, everybody. Really cool time. I appreciate all of you coming by. I really do. I really should talk exit strategies, at least share my exit strategies with you. I should do a video on that, but I think I will one day soon. But let's see what Cardano does. Going over to the 6-hour chart. This is where we are in price discovery. Going over to the weekly. Are you kidding? This is my favorite chart. I opened with it. This is what the chart looked like. Just over a month ago, $1.26. We're waiting for the green rectangle, the green smart contract rectangle. We were waiting months, and this is what happened. Cardano seeing over 100% gains, and right now in price discovery, we caught it here live. We caught an all-time high live on this channel, and I really appreciate everybody Sunday night cruising on through, hanging out with me as we track this together. So everybody, join my Discord. I've had it for a while. It's been there. It's been crickets because I have not talked about it. There's been no links. I think all the links were broken, but I put a link in the description. Go join the Discord. I cruise in there. We all chat a little bit, and it's a growing crypto capital venture community. I really do have a lot of really cool things coming through that I want to share with you, and Discord is a good platform for that. Obviously, YouTube as well, Twitter. But yeah, go join the Discord. It's free. I don't charge you. I don't charge you guys for anything. We're in this together. And I truly, truly appreciate all of you. I really do. So hit the subscribe, hit the like. I actually do charge you. I do have fees in my stake pools. I'm not going to lie about that. I do have fees. But all you delegators out there, I love you. I really do. Have an awesome night. Have a good start to your weekend. Hit the like button on the way out. Let's see what Cardano does. I mean, man, 280. Could you imagine? I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Have a good night. God bless.